chances are you use AI. And if you use AI, there's actually a better way to talk to it than simply typing text from the English language or whatever your native language is into the chatbot. And in order to get a better result from artificial intelligence, especially for the focus of this video, we're going to be talking about images and video creation. You need to be putting that into a JSON format. Now, I have another video about JSON, but at a high level, JSON is essentially the language that AI speaks. It's able to digest it. It usually gets, I would say 9 times out of 10, gets better output than if I was just to type natural language into the chatbot. And essentially, it's just a certain type of formatting that just makes it much easier for the system to digest. And so I have a little freebie for you guys. If you click the link, you can go to the Google Doc that I'm using in this video, and you can just duplicate it, and you can have a full JSON, basically tutorial. You can feed it to ChatGPT and say, hey, I want you to create text like this, or JSON format like this based on the language that I give you. And so that will allow you to go talk to the chatbot and just speak in natural language and then get the freebie. So really quickly, this is what it looks like. This is basically a prompt that was used to generate some very high quality footage from VO3. And you can see this is kind of like what JSON looks like. So style, lighting, define audio, delivery, all these different things. Okay, so that's free for you guys to just check out. But for right now, I want to talk about how to think about these JSON prompts and another tool that is incredibly helpful that I also linked below that you can use to just generate free JSON prompts. So this is actually a Claude Artifact. If you're not familiar with Claude Artifact, it's essentially like little websites that people create when they create something in Claude, and it basically lives on this website. So I'm going to link this here below. I saw this actually in another YouTube video. It's super cool. Basically what this does is it lets you just type in what you want, and it creates the JSON prompt for you. So there's 2 ways that you can go about executing this. You can download this document, you can put it into your ChatGPT projects, and you can use this every time. Or you can go to the Claude Artifact. Really, you're going to get really good results from either of these, regardless of what you try. Now, the thing that you got to think about is detail matters. And I always say that if you're using AI or you're working with AI, you have to think about it like it is a assistant that you're training, right? So they know nothing. And the more context you can give them, whether it's just a simple chat prompt, whether it is a deep research report, an agent report, whatever the case might be, you have to speak to it like it has no idea what you're talking about and give it as much context as possible. Well, the same thing is true when we're creating images or we're creating videos, okay? So that's why this is so detailed. So what you're going to do here is you're going to literally list out everything from the shot. Is it a medium close-up? What kind of lens is it? What kind of camera motion? What kind of frame rate? What kind of film grain? And so on and so forth, right? And what this is going to do is when you put this in here and you load the example, you're basically going to get output that looks like this. So it's going to have shot, subject, scene, visual detail, and it'll have all of this already put for you. So then all that you'll have to do is just copy it and go into your VO3. You can go into Flow, for example, which is Google's new VO3 hub. And you can basically just paste the JSON text in there, and it's going to generate the video. The output that you get is going to be so much better than if you just went to VO3 by yourself and you just typed it in and you sent it. So much better. So with VO3 especially, JSON is incredibly powerful, but also just using AI in general. So what I'm finding is that the more formats that I add to JSON and add it to ChatGPT, for example, or Gemini or Grok, you choose it, the output you're going to get is incredible. So it just makes sense that if you're speaking the language of the computer, if you will, that the output you're going to get is going to be a higher level of output. And every single different AI LLM uses JSON. So it doesn't matter if you're in ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, so on and so forth. They all work similarly and they all digest information similarly. So this is an incredible tool and an incredible way that you can increase the output of the content that you're getting. Now, if you are using video or image generation, you are making a huge mistake if you're not doing this. So once again, you have your free opt-in here, and you have your free JSON prompt editor here. And all in all, it should pretty much streamline everything that you're trying to do with VO3 And some of you guys should tag me in the comments and let me know what kind of videos have you created after watching this video.